What do you think of as being authentic hip hop or rap?
Kind of just original music that the artist wrote themselves and not really taking beats or lyrics from other artists and kind of just doing their own thing and being original.
Do you have to like rap about real experiences to be authentic? Like do you actually, or like I guess along with that, like do you have to be like, can you rap about like ghetto things if you're not actually like from there? And I think that's like, is someone a phony because they talk? I don't think you can say that you're not authentic because you're not like from the hood or anything like that, because I just like
But
that's
growing up on the streets and being ghetto, that adds to a sense of being authentic.
I think that's the consensus, but
Yeah.
I don't think I mean, I don't know. That's not fair. Like you would never call I don't know. You would never call out like a rock band singer for like making up how like depressed they are
Yeah.
on like a song they wrote, like a love song there. I don't know.
For me, what I think authentic rap or hip hop sounds like, or what a rapper is like, is someone who has a message. Like you're genuine and you have an authentic message. I think there needs to be more behind what you're saying than just, I have mad cars and mad girlfriends.
In order to be a good rapper, you can't come from privilege. I think that's an important part of it. You have to have a real connection to kind of living in the shadows, living in, having experience with a less than ideal kind of life.
I think he's pretty down to earth and pretty original in the sense that a lot of things he raps about is his own life and the challenges he's faced on trying to just get more popular and a larger fan base and just trying to improve his own music and his own life issues.
So do you think he's authentic?
Yeah, I guess that kind of goes along with what I was saying with just a lot of his music is his own stories from his own life and usually raps about his brother or I think people he's known in his life. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty authentic because most people can't replicate those type of stories.
Generally, like he's well regarded by like critics. Like people think he has good, like technique, like good rapping technique, like good wordplay, quick, like good flow, good verses. I'd also say the other impression, and I also said he's sorry by good verses. I mean that he's like relatively intelligent. He like, attempts to talk about, things not things beyond being surface deep.
You would say your impression of him is that he doesn't seem to be the from the ghetto authentic type?
No, he definitely doesn't have the image of that, although I think he actually is. But no. And I mean, that could have something to do with the skin color, for sure.
There was no substance behind what his lyrics were. There was no substance behind himself as like a performer. And I just felt like, for me, it did not represent what I believe to be something that's important part of hip hop and rap music. I don't enjoy his music. I didn't find it the least bit entertaining. And I felt like it was trying to appeal to a certain group of people while disenfranchising so many other people or types of people.
So when I think of Logic, I don't necessarily think of a markedly successful rapper, because most people really haven't heard of Logic. Or they might have heard a song that he was featured in, but not really a song that he wrote or that he is the main rapper in. I think that he's very good, that being said.
So rappers are a little bit tricky. They're kind of, in a lot of ways, like comedians, and sort of like, you want to make sure they're not going to be too vulgar, they're not going to say insensitive things, they're not going to, make crude jokes and things like that, which we've had happen in the past. But you're also looking for someone who's, super authentic and is really, really talented, and would be excited to come. He's still somewhat underground, he's on his own, or part of a label called Team Visionary, which is not really big, and I think that's a very deliberate choice by him. He wants to sort of produce his own stuff, and he doesn't want to, be at the beck and call of some big record label. We've had some complaints of only bringing like cheesy white rappers in the past, so we wanted to do something different. He's from kind of a poor neighborhood in Maryland. He had a pretty rough childhood. Parents were, I don't remember which one, or both, but he had parents who were drug addicts and alcoholics. And he sort of like rejected that lifestyle, which is really interesting for a rapper, because you feel like if any of the genres of artists are going to be like into that scene or talk about it in their music, it's rappers. So I thought that was pretty compelling to me. Some like has some party stuff and also some like emotional rap, which I thought was pretty good. And he was like sitting and talking to us about, we were asking him like, asking about his inspiration, asking about his favorite, collaboration he's ever done, his favorite song that he's written. And he was really open about it. And he was like really genuine, which is something I think is reflected in some of the other aspects of his life, like his label and stuff.
How would you reconcile his positive comments with his use of words like pussy and bitch?
So I think the rap industry in general says a lot of negative things and disrespects women a lot of times, and it's definitely one of the big issues. And I think sometimes rappers like Logic and ones that are kind of up and coming sometimes sell out and go with this like trendy theme just to try to increase their user base. Whereas I can't really speak to his true feelings, but I would hope that those are just, some songs trying to get more attention and trying to increase the user base. And yeah.
I feel like chances are he's not like, his real personality is he's not some like misogynistic bastard. And I feel like, I don't know. I mean, it's obviously like the way that hip hop is now. It's almost difficult. It's difficult to talk, if I'm trying to reconcile the two.
Mm-hmm.
Difficult to not drop those kind of things in songs, especially when you're trying to like brag. I mean, a huge part of rap has always been about bragging.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
What's like the number one thing people brag about is like getting how much money you get and how many girls you get.
Right.
And it reflects the fact that it's like a lot of these terms have kind of lost their meaning.
And so trying to gas it up, I'm not really sure what that could mean. I would suggest that it relates to oral sex, personally. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you would necessarily want to say in a rap, all these women around me are trying to fillet me. I don't think that would be a very effective rhyme.
I think we would be hard-pressed to find an act that is totally clean, especially in the rap category. I think rappers that are popular are rappers that talk about that kind of stuff.